All right, hey everybody, TG Watkins here. It's October 2nd, and if I'm not mistaken, it is Rosh Hashanah, or at least the beginning of Rosh Hashanah. And if any of you guys kind of know that old adage out there, sell Rosh Hashanah, buy Yom Kippur, seems to be working this season. Thank you, Omer. Yes, got it going. And yeah, so that's kind of what's going on. Also, since the market is finally pulling back the way that we have been, I mean, all of last week I thought the market was going to pull back, and it just wasn't. So I had to kind of, you know, step back and think, okay, why is the market not going down? And I was informed that the JP Morgan collar trade was going on, and they had that at 57.50. And I'll tell you, it wasn't just for Friday, it was for Monday because Monday was the end of the month and the end of the quarter. And the shenanigans that happened on Monday, if you guys recall, were pretty crazy. So we first, we're kind of weak, thinking, okay, well, let's see where they're going to go with this. And then Jerome Powell was also speaking, and we had this huge move to the downside. Happened very quickly, almost instantly, really. And that just it came all the way back down there, and then it just reversed. And so I think the comments happened right when he was saying that if the economy goes as planned and as expected, they're looking at two more 25 basis rate cuts this year. So they're kind of short on time. They only got a couple more months to do that. And the market dropped significantly on that. Now, maybe the reason is because the market was looking for, 50 basis point rate cuts or more rate cuts or whatever it was. So that is where the market dropped. But then JP Morgan stepped up to the plate and said, well, we need to get this back up here to be at least 57.50 in order for this collar trade to expire profitable for us. And so at the end of the day, I think it was in the last 30 minutes of the day, they took it from being sideways to just straight up to, I think it basically landed about 57.60. So talk about some nice manipulation there for them to work out what they needed. Amazingly, the calls, I forget what strike, but the 0DT calls and the stuff that I look for, I think it was maybe even the 57.40 calls, they went 1,000% in 25 minutes. Now, I wasn't able to catch it because I just didn't know what was going to happen with the market that day and how that was going to work out with end of the month, end of the quarter, especially after having that big drop earlier in the day. But the fact that these things are still there and that those calls went 1,000 or just over 1,000% in 25 minutes at the end of the day really kind of, makes it pretty exciting. And this is what the reason as to why I've been getting onto this project of trading these zero DTs. Now, on that note, I just had a worker show up, so give me probably 2 or 3 more minutes until I can be on with you guys, and then I don't know, I'll have to pause it. Maybe I can hop back on a little bit. But we're finally starting to see the market come down, and it's because of those reasons, and also that it's the end of the quarter and end of the month. I mean, look, like to the day, this thing started to come down on Tuesday, which was the first of the month. And you got to think about it that after we had a really bullish few weeks like this and the market's up here, the big players, the hedge funds, the investment companies, they're going to hold it up there because they want to keep it up there because they want to close that quarter and that month on a high note. They want their numbers, they want their bonuses, they want to show good performance, and then they can rip it down. So you gotta kind of think outside the box a little bit about this and think, okay, that's what's going on. And sure enough, to the day on Tuesday, the first, that is when they finally said, okay, it's a new month, new quarter, we can start, pulling everything back down and setting it all up again for a little bit later. So at this point now, we just kind of wait and see how far down this thing wants to go and what kind of noise we might be getting in the meantime. And if we look here, the last time we kind of saw something like this was right through here. And you can see that we had price come up, chopped around for a while. It did get underneath the 50, then it got over the 50, kind of bounced around a bit, and then we finally got a sell off. Now, I don't know if we're going to get that. I don't know where we're going to go with this, but there is the idea that we do have this trend line down there. All right, guys, hang on a minute. I got to open the door for the workers. All right, guys. Sorry to do this, but it's going to take me a little bit longer to get this stuff set up. So the market's not really doing much right now. So let me kind of sign off for now, and then I'll be back in the chat room, and we can kind of work from there. All right, guys. So sorry about that. You never know when somebody's going to be showing up when you got work to do for the day.